Hey, Leanna. It's so good to see you. Welcome. Ladies, we're doing live tarot readings today. And I'm excited about this because there is so much going on at the end of the year. The last couple of months, the last couple of weeks of the year, Spirit is just really pumping up the activity. It is saying, hey, y'all, there are things in your subconscious mind that have been holding you back, and we want to help you overcome those things so that you can experience freedom in your lives today. And that is what's happening all around. So if you are not afraid, then go ahead and type your questions into the comments on the chat, and I will be happy to answer them for you. And if you're watching live, type in #live, as our Leanna has already checked in, which is great. Thank you, darling. And Rebecca has checked in, and Amy is here. Hi, Amy. So you all type in your questions, and while you're typing in your questions, there are a few things I want to remind you about. Now, we are in a 7-year. Numerology, my friends, is real. Do not take numerology lightly, even though we tend to treat it very lightly. The year numbers matter. We are in a 7-year, which means we are in the year of karma. Now, karma is certainly about how you conducted yourself in your past lifetimes, but what's most important for you now is how you have conducted yourself in this lifetime. So a lot of your karma is hidden in the deep parts of your subconscious mind. All right. And I'm talking about bad karma. I'm not talking about good karma, because you're living your good karma, and you enjoy your good karma, but you need help with your bad karma, which is why I'm talking about bad karma. Okay. 2023 is a year where bad karma comes not to torture you, but to free you, to liberate you, and to take you to another level of your existence. The number 7 year is what I call a launch pad year, because everything that you get accomplished this year is going to project you or propel you into whatever comes next, whatever is a natural consequence of how you are behaving or conducting yourself, or what you're doing now is going to be taken to the next level and really amplified. So if you're doing things really well, like if you're working really hard, let's say you're working really hard on eating right, on exercising, on stretching, on developing your yoga practice, developing your meditation, developing your relationship with people, working on your home, working on your work, working on your finances, working on anything within your health, your relationships, your home, whatever you're doing. Anything that's good that you're putting in is going to be amplified, and you're going to see a lot of the results coming in the next year, and the next several years after that. You're going to feel the benefits. Okay, so you may not be seeing a lot of results right now, but I want you to stick with it, because your rewards are coming as soon as January 1st, which is just around the corner. Now, likewise, whatever you're not handling, and this is why I'm talking about bad karma, and this is why I'm also wanting to do these tarot readings for you, so that you can get some insights into the shadowy, dark, subconscious, and hidden things that are kind of going on that you may not be aware of, but you are aware of in your system. Because if you're like me, you're like, I wonder why I feel so anxious. I wonder why I can't really sleep at night. I wonder why I'm so tired. I wonder why I tripped over that stump and fell down and scratched my elbow, okay? This is spirit giving you a wake-up call, and I want to just encourage you to really go toward that wake-up call with an open heart and an open mind. Say yes to it, and let's take a look at it. That's the opportunity that is present this year, and that's why we're going to do these readings. So let me check in and see who's here. Okay, so, and we're going, look, I'm going to read the questions in order that you all type them in. Okay, so Leanna was here first one signed on, and then Amy checked in, and of course there's our Rebecca. And Crystal, will we see justice in my son's murder case soon? Look, we're going to definitely look at that for you, Amy. No problem. I certainly hope so. Jackie is here, finishing at the son's ortho appointment. Jackie, type in your question and I can answer it, and then you can reply and watch it later, okay? Tanya is here. Hey, Tanya. And Marie is here. Good to see you, Marie. Justine is here. All right, awesome. So ladies, please type in your questions, and I'm going to just start kind of addressing what's here already. I've got my digital cards and I've also got my paper cards. So we're going to kind of work through these and see what's coming up. So Amy, you're the first one who has a question very clearly articulated. So I am going to tune into that right off the bat. And we're going to go here with the paper Druidcraft Tarot cards. And I want to really tune in and honor Amy's very heartbreaking question. And I'm glad we're starting with that, because that is going to help us get grounded in perspective of loss and pain and suffering and doing hard things. If we're going to start this round off by really looking at life and death and heartbreak and the loss of a mom, hey, that's going to help us put things into perspective and help us deepen our connection with spirit and our own spirit guide. So let's just say a little prayer for peace and truth and love and hope, optimism and righteousness and justice and kindness and goodness and love and peace. Let's do that. And we're tuning in to Amy for Amy's son, Justice, and his murder case. Oh, this is very encouraging. So, Amy, this, sorry. Okay, I can only bring it so close without it disappearing. So Amy, this is the Six of Wands card, and there is a man riding on a horse. He's leading the pack, and there are a bunch of people behind him, and they're all carrying, they've got pheasants on sticks. So these guys have all gone out on this hunting journey. And the men are coming back looking very somber and very humble. And they've gone out and they've gotten what they went out to get. So they are victorious, but they're very, very, very humble about their victory. They're very somber. They recognize maybe the the sacrifice of the pheasants on the stick, the thing that's going to be feeding and nurturing their families. And excuse me, and the leader of this hunting expedition is riding very proud and very tall, but he's also got a red cape or a fabric of some sort, a red cape, and he's got his falcon, and the falcon kind of really represents like really great prowess, meaning he really did a good job. He really learned, he's learned a lot, and he brought his lessons to the hunt. Okay, he's brought his lessons to the hunt. And he's also made a lot of sacrifices. Okay, there's a lot going on in this card. So I would say that this bodes very well for your question. When I'm tuning into you, Amy, you feel very, very open. Like this card feels like a true, like it resonates with you. And I would say that things are going to go better than expected in your son's murder case. But just keep in mind all the things and the feedback that I've given you around the humility, around recognizing the sacrifices that have been going on, by you, by your son, and, maybe even kind of understanding the big picture of life on earth. And this is for everyone. For all of our cases, it's not really about the thing that you're doing, okay? It is about the thing you're doing, it is about the thing you're experiencing, and it's also not at the same time, right? Because we are a holographic world, we're all connected, we're all one in the same, okay? And so just as we're kind of going forward, and as you're going forward with this year, just remembering the truth of who you are is not this human experience. This human experience is just a mere drop in the ocean of life experiences, okay? And you are really, really, really significant. But the way you really step into that significance is by recognizing how insignificant these trials are when we look at the big picture. And that is not to minimize your experience. I want you to live out the fullness of your experience. But I also want you to remember who the fuck you are. You are a divine being of God. You are not the mere human having an experience of spiritual disenfranchisement, okay? You are not the being, you are not the loss, right? You are the being experiencing the loss, the grief. And you use these experiences to help deepen the truth of who you are, which is God having a human experience. Okay, I hope this is making sense. Thank you, Amy, for your question, and I hope my response resonates with you and brings you some comfort and courage to go forward following your instincts and your intuitions because they have gotten you this far. All right? Okay, my next question. Marie says, it took me through so much this year that liberated my mind, body, soul, and spirit. Yes, yes, Marie. Good morning. I definitely feel the karma, says Leanne. I've been putting in a lot of time. Girl, yes. And you've been doing very well. Justine, I'm so glad you made it. Thank you. All right, Marie asks, let's see. Marie asks, how can I structure my days to set up more within the rhythm of my cycle. Got it. I love the symbols. Thank you for the emojis. That's awesome. All right, let's look at that, Marie. How can I structure my days to be set up more within the rhythm of the cycle? Before I tap into this, I want to give you all a little bit of a heads up about something that's really important. I started this new program. Well, actually, it starts January 1st. And this is a program for women who are wanting to manifest more money, more sex, and more like better health in their lives, right? And we're doing it from in a very authentic way. So this is not about it's not about just dressing differently, or looking at, how you can make more money. It's about looking at what pains you inside, right? So if you're being held back by grief, or if you're someone who plays it small, who plays it safe, someone who um, is afraid to kind of really step into her power. Like you want to be a badass butterfly, but it's the badass part that's giving you the blues, and maybe actually the breaking free of the cocoon of your old self. That also might be really challenging for you. So this program is called Catapult Your Wealth Revolution. And Rebecca, can you put the link in, please? But I really want to encourage you all to sign up, because this is a really low priced program that I'm offering to help you all transform. And what we're doing is we're looking at those things that are really troubling you, and I'm helping you create real solutions for overcoming things like self-sabotage, small thinking, low self-esteem, all those very challenging things that make you feel unworthy, those different mindsets that are not helping you step into the truth of who you are, right? That is one part of our work. The other part of our work is to actually look at your goals and your dreams, and to work together to make them real in the new year. So the program is actually 1 year long, and to join, it's you can invest in the whole program for a year, and you'll save quite a bit of money, because normally it's $2,222 to join the program. But right now I'm offering it for just $970 for the entire year. And it's really, really powerful to come in and to say yes to this, because it's a whole year of transformation. Now, if you're saying like, I don't have $970, I really want to do it, but I don't have $970 right now. Well, I have a monthly payment option for you, and all of that is on the page, and Rebecca is sharing the link. And there's also a link in the description of this video that you can grab it. But if you sign up before tomorrow, you'll be able to get it for this $97 a month, or $970 for the whole year, which is an incredible deal. I think I calculated it last night, and I do believe it's like 64% off of the regular price. So I'm only doing this for a short time, because the program starts next month, and I would like to be able to, I'd like to be able to charge the regular price, but I want to give you all an opportunity to get in right now before that price goes up. So please go ahead and get yourself signed up. Don't let this moment pass, because you will be regretting it. I know you'll be regretting it, because I had a whole bunch of women sign up last week. And I did a Black Friday sale, and half of the women were like, why did I not just Like they went through the introductory program and they were blown away by what we went, like the changes they had made. Like they were already saying, I'm seeing more money coming in. I just met a guy, like there's all sorts of things that happen just in the course of a week. And they're like, why didn't I sign up when it was, like a really ridiculously low price that I did for Black Friday? So look, I'm not doing the Black Friday deal, but I am doing this, this year-long thing, for $970 or $97 a month, which is a great bargain, instead of $222. That's a big difference, okay, to pay each month. Just like there's a big difference between $2,222 and $970. Big difference. So get it while you can, y'all. All right. All right. So I made my announcement. Let me go ahead and get on with the readings here. So I've got Marie, and we are tuning in to the cycle. I love this, Marie. I love this question because it is, number one, it's really important. And it's something that you should be doing. And you even inspired me with the question because part of what we do over the course of this year in the Catapult Your Wealth Revolution program is we talk about like how to be authentic. And in order to be authentic, you have to know who you are. But it's really difficult to know who you are unless you study yourself. Like we think that we are our ego. We think that we are, the way we wear our hair or the place that we live or our children help define us. Our, the hardships we've gone through help define us. All of those things are trying to define us, but the fact is we are not any of those things. The truth of who we are is caught up behind all of that, that stuff that we put out to the world, okay? So Marie is using her intuition and she's like, let me tune into my cycle. Let me tune into my moon and see the best way to structure your days so that you are, I'm assuming, kind of like enhancing and balancing and using your cycle's strengths to help you in the right place and using any weaknesses that go along with your cycle as an opportunity for you to rest. I'm assuming that that's what you mean. So the card that I've pulled is the Seven of Cups. And this is a really interesting card to pull in context of this question, because Marie, I love your question, but what the message is for you, this is so interesting. It's the Seven of Cups. And what we see is this lovely person kind of resting on this stone and gazing in a very relaxed way at this pool. And it's reflecting back to him 6 cups. So there's 6 cups in this pool that are reflecting back to him. And the idea with this card is that there is an illusion that's going on. Okay, there is an illusion. And the way we want to kind of understand this card is a couple of things. There are a number of things. First of all, we want to acknowledge that there is a cup that's over here, and this cup is in reality. So in reality, he has 1 cup. So the first thing I want you to understand, Marie, is that during your cycle, you're probably being called to understand that normally Marie is a machine and she has 7 cups. But when she's on her cycle, like this little guy in the red represents maybe being on your cycle, maybe you should understand that you have 1 cup and not 7 cups. So maybe what you can do is kind of give yourself more rest. Now, one of the things I'm also noticing about this card is that there's like a lot of green, mossy nature around this little guy. So I would also say that maybe spending some time in nature, spending time with your pets, not going out on a hike. Okay, that would be kind of draining your cup, but maybe spending some time in the grass, or going to a local park and doing a stroll, definitely spending time around water or something like that would be very helpful for you. All right, very good. Love this. I love that question. Thank you for inspiring me today. Yeah. I think also the message is to keep yourself on solid ground. Don't do too much venturing off into fantasy, or like if you go into your subconscious mind, because this is your moon cycle, right? This is your moon. If you spend some time going into your psyche, Marie, give yourself a little light, like don't try to do too much. Like maybe you don't want to fast while you're on your cycle. Maybe you want to give yourself some comfort food, curl up, spending a lot of time journaling, shadow working while you're on your cycle, and letting that be kind of like your guide for the day. All right. I hope that's helpful. All right, very good. I'm going to just check the new comments because I want to make sure if you all are giving me some feedback. I'm just checking for Amy to see if there's any feedback. Amy says, thanks, very good. And Marie says, I'm in my crone phase. I know I need a more rhythmic flow. I know my phase and archetypes like a best friend, but to be in flow with that in unity must be easier than just getting balancing my hormones physically. So now I want the flow back since my career is changing. Wonderful. Career changing and co-parenting visitation is changing with my son. Step in nature. I was looking at my back door with my big backyard. Nice, Grace. I've been a little more resistant which digital cramps space. Excellent. Look, I think all of that is super good feedback, and it definitely resonates. I think that, talking about the crone phase, I think is really very blessed. Also kind of understanding how the intuition flows, how intuition flows when you are really in your spiritual prime, which can really expand, during the crone phase, right? When you start getting into menopause, and a lot of women are nervous, like if they have a hysterectomy, they're like, you take away my uterus and my ovaries, how am I going to, like that's a part of the womb spaces, it's the cave of the goddess, right? And they feel like they're going to lose something, but actually just kind of remembering what I was talking about very, very early on in today's call, this is just an illusion. The body is an illusion. So your intuition, like your uterus may not be there, but your intuition is still there because your intuition is who you are. That is you, right? And nothing can cut that away. So just kind of understanding, Amy, that finding your rhythm is very important, but also kind of letting your rhythm find you through rest, right? Through stillness, through not trying to take on so much. Okay. All right. I hope that makes sense. Here we go. Tanya asks, is my twin flame ascending and returning? Okay. Is my twin flame ascending and returning? Let's see. I don't understand that question, but let's see what Spirit says. Okay. Spirit says 8 of Swords. So Tanya, I don't totally understand your question, but I have the 8 of Swords and it shows a woman. Sorry for the glare. Maybe if I turn the light off. maybe you can see it a little bit more. There is a woman in a prison of swords. So she's surrounded by these swords, and swords in tarot represent the mind. So there are 8 things that are keeping her trapped in this prison, and she's got her arms bound, and she's got on an eye cover, right? Like, so she's blindfolded, her hands are tied, and she's surrounded by these swords. So she's like, if I step forward, I could cut my toe on the swords. If I step back, I can cut my swords cut my foot on the swords. Like, what do I do? So the idea is that there's something inside you, Tanya, that is keeping you kind of stuck in a prison of your own mind. These are things that are happening inside you. There's nothing that's going on outside you that's keeping you prisoner. So your job is to think about what you're thinking, like what in your mind is keeping you held back. If you can explain a little bit more about what your question means, what you're trying to do with your question, or what you want to know with your question, give me some feedback, and then we can maybe come back to it, and I can give you a little bit more than that. But for right now, the answer is you're in a prison of your own mind. Your job, and I know from experience that whenever you need to get out of prison, that means that it's time for you to confront your fear on some level. Like, spirit is like, dude, just go toward the thing you fear. And look, Tanya, very often the thing that we fear is losing the thing that we ultimately desire. So I would suggest that the work you do right now for yourself is to let go of your attachment to your twin flame. And, it's like that adage that says, if you let something go, or if you set something free and it comes back to you, it was meant to be yours. And so when you relax your attachment, you'll free yourself from the prison. And if your flame can come, then he will. And if he doesn't, then he won't. Wasn't meant to be. So sorry. But, maybe it's kind of better to move on to what is kind of coming up next for you, right? Or what's there. Y'all, I'm so sorry. I just got super distracted by my own background. Like, I just looked at my screen, and there's the way my screen is set up over here. Can you see how pretty that background is? Like that building in the background? And then it's the same thing over here. It's like so pretty. Okay, so look, I'm loving AI generated images, and I wanted these like high definition images, right? So I told AI, I'm like, give me a beautiful Art Nouveau background, high def, with arches and butterflies and nature. And this is one of the things that it gave me, and I really, really, really love it. And I'm just looking at the architectural structures. This one, I'm also loving. Like, I want to be living in that house right now. Okay. And I want to be looking at this church or whatever this is. That's my friend's house. This is my house. This is my friend's house. And this is our shared garden. Just having a good old time over here, y'all. All right. Justine says, I don't have a specific question, maybe what to expect next. Okay, Justine, that's a perfectly good question and a perfectly good thing to look at. We're tuning into Justine, and we're asking what to expect next. Here we go. Okay. Oh, this is a nice card. This is a very nice card, Justine. This is the King of Pentacles. And we see here kind of a mature man sitting by the fire. He's got some meat roasting. He's very cozy, right? The sun is setting in the background, and he's got these kind of long braids for his beard, which represents wisdom and, like, you know, kind of accomplishment. And this guy's done a lot in his life. He's really, really solid. And basically, Justine, I think this card is saying that you should expect some comfort, some reward, maybe some sensual pleasure that comes from connection and sensuality, things that make you feel good. I would say also the red and green are totally getting my attention. They're saying like a happy Christmas, you know, whatever that means for you, but kind of like tucking into the spirit of Christmas and allowing yourself to feel the warmth that can come from connection and family, and of course, um, Jesus, you know, like having unconditional love, warmth, compassion, empathy, being loved, okay? There's a little bird in the window, which is kind of like heralding a new day, a new start, a new opportunity, a new chance to grow and prosper. I'd say that's a very positive reading for you, Justine. Let me check in and see what the feedback is. Okay, hold on. All right. Yes. Okay. Okay, very good. I'm looking for some feedback from Justine. Yes, exactly why I separated from mine. Oh, just one minute. Okay, wait, I think I'm picking up in the middle. Here we go. Justine just gave me, it definitely resonates. Thank you. Okay, very, very good. My mom has written so I think reading that person doing it on home. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, Marie. Very good. Rebecca, post that link again, just in case it gets lost. Okay, very good. Okay, thank you for the reading. I pulled the priestess before I went to bed. My guides were saying, listen to my intuition, and the message is coming through. Absolutely. Justine says, I'm so glad I caught this live. Your program is very similar to what I'm doing alone. I'm working on a shadow work journal specifically for healing childhood sexual trauma. Justine, that is so important, and I'm glad that you're doing that for yourself. You know, sadly, a lot of the women that are in the program also have experienced childhood sexual trauma. I hate to say that. Like, you know, we get over it, we survive, we thrive, we find our rhythm. Okay, we do. But that's really hard. And so I'm sorry that you had to experience that. But yeah, this is what we work on. And this is a part of that healing process, because if you don't heal it going into your adulthood, you carry it with you on a subconscious level, and it can set you up for failure over and over again. Failure in your relationships, failure around money, failure around manifestation, failure around giving birth to your own children. All sorts of things can go wrong. That's why we have to heal. That's why people like me are here to help guide this healing journey. So if you want to take a look at my program, please take the link. I would be happy to work with you. It would be a pleasure. Tanya says, I met my spiritual twin flame who runs and chases, but you're right. I have fear and blockages I'm trying to overcome, and I did let him go. He wants to return, but I am not waiting. My battery is dying. Thank you, Crystalline. Yeah, look, Tanya, you're a beautiful, sexy woman. You don't need to waste time with somebody who's not there and isn't willing to invest. And this is another thing that we talk about in the Catapult Your Wealth Revolution program, because, you know, too often we get caught in a cycle of settling, right? And this is one of the questions that I have to ask during the program is, what are you settling for? What are you not, like, what's keeping you in your comfort zone? And what has become a familiar discomfort that you're confusing comfort with? Like, oh, this is comfortable for me, but actually it's really uncomfortable. It's just super familiar. That's a problem, man. So, you know, this program is about breaking free of limitations that keep you small, keep you stuck, and giving you new ways of seeing yourself, new ways of healing yourself, so that you can finally move into a new, to new outcomes, right? My job over the course of the year is to get you a man or a woman, okay? Get you that life partner, or to get you that juicy, sexy relationship in the relationship that you're already in, okay? But to get you more money and to get you better health. That's my job. And that is what we're working on. So I hope you'll come and join me. All right. Let's see. I know there's another in here. Okay, boom. All right. I'm going through the questions. If I missed your question, say, hey, Crystalline, and you missed my question. Hold on. Let's see. Yes, I think that it looks like that's it. I see Larissa is here. Hey, Larissa. Nice to see you. And I see Lindsay is here. Hey, Lindsay. Nice to see you. Long time no see. Larissa says, all of your visuals are pretty. Thank you so much, darling. You know, I love my pretty stuff. I love our graphic design. Yes, thank you. Marie says, I only just noticed the arch. I love the buildings. I know, so fun, right? All right. Yes. It's really sad to know there's a large number to this. I've decided I can use my experiences and be a voice for others. I'll definitely reach out and check out your program. Yeah, Justine, let me know. And if you have any questions about this stuff, send me a private message, okay? DM me, no problem. All right. Now, what I want to do, I'm not going to take any more questions because we've gone through them all, but what I'm going to do is do kind of a reading for next year. And y'all, I'm going to do this reading super quick. I'm going to start off with 3 cards. And the cards are going to represent January, February, and March. Actually, we're going to do one for December, one for January, one for February, one for March. And the focus is on kind of like our expansion. Like, we're all going through challenges. All of us are going through challenges right now. What I'm going to do is take 4 cards for December, January, February, and March, and give us a little insight about how we're doing with our challenges, what we need to know. All right, so let's see what comes up first. Let's look at December. December is 2 of Cups. The opportunity here is for us to really take hold of our divine feminine energy, okay, our creativity, our intuition, and unite it with our logic, the divine masculine. So harnessing the divine feminine and using the divine masculine to bring structure, order, concern, like to put things in order and make things happen, okay? Very important that we don't just wish things away. We have to actually go and do things. We might have to make phone calls, whatever. You know what your goals are. Write your goals down, okay? And then make a logical plan to make them happen, all right? Next thing, number 2, January. January, alchemy, temperance, the fairy light. Okay, so what we want to do in January is start really starting strong, okay? So we have big goals, big dreams. In January, what we want to do is to bring the forces of nature together, okay? And use that energy to help us manifest first within ourselves. So this is about the alchemy of the self. So January is about alchemizing the self, looking at what it is we want to manifest, looking at our dreams, and creating more of ourselves within ourselves. So this is important. If we think about the goal that we want to manifest, the question then becomes, okay, well, who is the woman that I need to be in order to truly own that goal, to own that outcome? It cannot be the same woman that you are without that outcome. So this temperance card is about understanding how things work. So in order to achieve the outcome you desire, you have to become a vibrational match to the outcome that you desire. That's basically what tempering is. You're bringing things into vibrational frequency, into resonance with one another. So let's say that you want to manifest a beautiful man who is loyal, responsible, who has his shit together. He's wealthy, he's powerful, he's handsome, and he is 100% in love with you. Well, you need to become that woman who has her shit together and is in love with herself, right? Balanced, all those qualities that he has, you have to embody them. If you're having trouble manifesting any of this stuff, you need to understand that you're not manifesting what you want because you're a vibrational match to something else. And that thing is probably lurking in your subconscious mind, which is why you want to be working with me in the Catapult Your Wealth Revolution. Because guess what, y'all? That's what we do. We be working on your subconscious mind so that we can root out all the little hidden demons that are holding you back, stopping you from living your best life. All right, next, February. Let's do it. February. Ooh, okay. Ugh, yikes. All right, here we go. February. February's tough. This is a great card, by the way. Like, this is a really good card. This is the Knight of Wands. This is about having a whole lot of energy and being very charming, very sexy, very appealing, everybody loves you. Everybody loves you. And you are so all about the ideas. Okay, you're all about like, yeah, let's get this started. Woo! And everybody's like, yes, I'm on board. The problem with this guy is that, like, he's so busy, like, getting stuff started that he doesn't pay attention to detail. And so he ends up trampling like the flowers. Like he comes into the garden and he's like, I've got a great idea. And he really does have a great idea. But then he walks into the bed of flowers and he just tramples them and he's squishing the strawberries and shit. And people are like, oh, he's so charming. He's so lovely, but he's squishing the strawberries. What are we going to do with this asshole? You know, like, so this is the energy, beautiful energy, but you need to really manage it. Think back to what we're doing here with the Two of Cups in December, where you have all this feminine energy, but you need to really like harness it with the masculine. Well, when the Knight of Wands comes, you're going to have a lot of energy, but you really need to harness that energy and direct it. And you want to make sure that you are in integrity. All right, that's February. Here we go. Last card for the day. Then we're signing off. March. Oh, thank goodness. March, we've got this beautiful card of strength or force, depending on what deck you're talking about, but this is strength. And this is about embodying strength within yourself, but using that strength as like from your heart center, letting your heart be the controlling factor, not your mind. If we notice in this image, it's hard to see, there's a little sword over here that she has cast aside, and she's got this beautiful wild pig that she is taming, not with the sword, but with her heart. You can see she's got her hand on her heart. And she's like, you know what? This is a wild, crazy beast. I'm just going to put my hand on my heart and I'm gonna touch him with my other hand, and he's gonna calm down, and I'm gonna be calm. There's a lot of alchemy going on in this reading. So you guys, as we go forward through these first few months of the year, alchemy is going to be the key. So look, on Friday, so there are a few things that are going on. I'm going to do another tarot reading on Friday. It's going to be a little bit different though, because I want to do a year-long reading. I want to do like a whole year-long reading. And so it's going to be a little bit different. I am not promising that I'm going to have time to do individual readings for people on Friday. But I might, I just don't know. I have to do, I'm going to do 12 cards, one for each month. And so that's a big reading for the year. This is about kind of bringing your energy. So I want you to show up, bring your energy so that you can be influenced, so that you know that spirit is talking to you. Because spirit's going to talk to whoever is here at the session. Okay. All right, that's all I'm going to say for the day, y'all. Remember to sign up for Catapult Your Wealth Revolution. And I look forward to seeing you. I look forward to seeing you on Friday. All right. Bye for now, everybody. Bye. Mwah.